Hey guys, good morning. Today we're going to talk about the call flow. We're going to discuss resolution specifically for Amazon. We'll be talking about a resolution, call center resolution for Amazon. I'm going to read a flow, a call flow between a customer and an Amazon rep. We're going to learn vocabulary for the refund process, and I'll explain cultural references, soft skills, notes, and we'll discuss a little practice at the end. So if English is not your first language and you're working for a call center for the very first time, this lesson is great for you guys to understand how resolution or how to offer resolution options to a customer for a retail account. This could work for Amazon, Walmart, any type of account that has to deal with logistics, right? The sale, the selling of items online and the logistics. So let's get started with the introduction here of this class. Our goal for this one is our third goal is for the student to recognize and practice the call center call flow and the stages of a customer service call. Also, to recognize the different elements of the call flow, and also recognize vocabulary for or the stages of empathy, verification, hold procedure, and of course now the resolution stage. So let's get started with that. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take an example script that we got here for this particular situation on retail. So we're going to hop on over to the script that's in our materials over here. Okay, so just a little take on the call flow. If you don't know what the call flow is, well, basically it's the stages or the steps that we follow in a customer service interaction, usually performed between the representative and the customer. These stages are necessary for us to maintain the flow of the call going and to provide excellent customer service. So we've in the academy, we generalize this to some basic steps. Step one being the opening. Step two, providing empathy, acknowledgement and assurance. Then we have the verification step, hold procedure, how to put the customer on hold, and now the resolution step, which we're going to discuss about today, which in this case is going to be offering options, and finally ending the call for the customer. So that's going to be the call flow. Let's move on now to the example dialogue that we have. We have the CSR, which is the customer representative Miguel, and R. Moody, which is the customer inquiring about her Amazon order. So I'm going to read it for you. The title is, How Would You Like to Proceed? We also have vocabulary references here that you can read and I'll discuss in a moment. But let's get started with the dialogue. So let's begin. Thank you for calling customer service. My name is Miguel. May I please have your first and last name? Of course, Miguel. My name is Rupal, Rupal, and my last name is Moody, Moody. Thank you, ma'am. Sorry, I didn't catch the first name. My apologies. That's all right. It's Rupal, Rupal. All right, gotcha. And may I have I would say the part where the customer is expressing her concern, right? She's telling us the reason why she's calling. So in the concern, we have to be able to listen to keywords. So in this paragraph, she's going to mention some keywords. So I believe this was ordered a week or two ago. I thought I would receive it a week ago, but I haven't received a package from Amazon. I've seen a lot of basketball related stuff, but not this particular jersey. I'm not sure what happened. Was it sent with another package? So from the statement, right, the paragraph that the customer is saying, we have to focus on the keywords, right? So here, the keywords are package and that she hasn't received it, so hasn't received the package. She's talking about basketball related items or products. And the word jersey is also important. Now, a jersey is a basketball sweatshirt or any type of team sports sweatshirt that is used to play sports. That's what we call the jersey. And of course, the word package. Was it delivered with another package? So these would be like the keywords. If you don't understand, or if you didn't get what is a jersey, or you didn't understand everything, just focus on the keywords and ask clarifying questions. So if you're not sure, you can ask clarifying questions. So, okay, so if I understand correctly, you didn't receive your package. Am I correct? Yes. Okay. And can you tell me more about your package? Yes, it was this jersey. Okay. I got it. I got it. And have you checked? Yes, I have checked. Okay, perfect. Now I understand. So you start to get an idea of what the customer wants by asking clarifying questions. If I understand correctly, you're calling about a package, or you didn't receive your this specific package. Am I correct? So you ask those clarifying questions to get a good picture of what the customer wants. So here, the concern would be customer hasn't received her basketball jersey. So customer hasn't received the basketball jersey. So you see, it's easy. It's very easy to determine what the customer wants. So she hasn't received it, and obviously she's going to want to inquire. So she's inquiring, she's asking about this package. Then the agent provides a short empathy statement by saying, so sorry to hear you haven't received it yet. We could add something like, I understand it's important for you. I understand you need your jersey. Then he sees in the system, I can see it here marked as delivered. So when he says here marked delivered, that means that it's been, it's marked, it's already been checked or considered delivered. Okay. So that's the key part, the concern. Let's start from the beginning. Over here at the beginning. So at the beginning of the call, we have the opening statement that the agent uses where he introduces himself. Then the customer proceeds to provide her information, her name. Then the agent says, thank you, ma'am. Sorry, I didn't catch it. My apologies. So he's requesting the information. The customer spells out her name, R-U-P-A-L. Then the agent requests for the last name again. May I have your last name? The customer provides the last name. Then the agent for verification requests the email address. So he's in this part, the agent is performing the verification step. So he's verifying the account. So this is verification. Okay. So he's verifying the account. He's verifying. The way that he does it is using modal verbs. So we use modal verbs. As you may remember, we use modal verbs to request information. For instance, modal verbs like can, could, or may, I have, when we request information. Okay, so that's going step by step. We're going step by step. In the next screen, the customer continues to verify her account. She proceeds to key spell her email address. To key spell means to spell to spell something, providing the letter and a word that represents that letter. So here she says Z as in the word Zulu, A as in alpha, P as in Peter, A as in alpha, underscore, which is this the line, right? This line that goes below. Moody, like my last name, at gmail.com. So that is to key spell. So she helps the agent by key spelling. The agent proceeds here to access the account by telling her that he will just get into the account. To get into the account means to access the account. And he says, bear with me a moment. The phrase bear with me just simply means be patient. Then after a moment, he says, how can I help you today? So first, he verified the customer. He got into the account, and then he says, how can I help you? He offers assistance. Customer continues by saying, there are two things I'm calling in regard to. Do you need my order number? So then the agent requests the order number, which is associated with her order. This is still verification because this customer probably has ordered several things, so he wants to make sure that he's talking about the correct order. Then after that, he can see that she's talking about the NBA New York Knicks jersey. Then the customer explains her concern. Then the agent proceeds to empathize by saying, I'm sorry to hear you haven't received it yet. And he says here, I can see it here marked as delivered. So it's the system shows marked, right? It shows that it was delivered. So it was already it should be with the customer on February 12th and the time. The customer says that I received basketball related items, but I haven't received this particular jersey. So she's received other things, but not this particular jersey. The agent continues by saying, right, I see, I do understand. So what I would like to do is to reach out to our logistics team to verify the item, to verify if it was reported lost or missing. So here he's saying reach out. The phrasal verb reach out means to contact somebody for support. In this case, the logistics department who specializes in tracking the delivery of items. And items can be reported as lost or missing. So in his system, he saw that it was marked delivered, but he's going to confirm it through another department by reaching out to that specific department. So he's going to contact a department within Amazon. Here's a note on empathy. Empathy, we use empathy when a customer has a concern. The easy way or the most basic way to provide empathy is by saying, I'm sorry to hear, plus the customer's concern. And using phrases like, I do understand, or I realize. I do understand and realize, they're practically the same. You're upset, or I understand you want the jersey, or I understand you're worried about your jersey. So there's a note on empathy. Let's go to the next screen. We're going step by step. Screen 4. The customer is okay with him contacting another department. The CSR says here, may I place you on hold for no more than 2 minutes while I work on the system. So he's using the hold procedure, requesting the hold. The customer has no problem with a hold. 2 minutes pass and the agent returns by saying, thank you for holding. And then he informs the customer of the situation. He says, I am afraid to inform you that the jersey was reported lost by our logistics team. So the phrase, I am afraid, does not mean here that you're scared, you know, it means I'm sorry. It means like a way of saying, I'm sorry to inform you. I'm afraid to inform you that the jersey was reported lost. So it's lost. It's not found by our logistics team. So the logistics confirmed what the customer was saying. Moody says, I see. That explains why I haven't received it. So now the customer understands. So here we got a resolution. We're starting the resolution process here because we are explaining. We are giving an explanation to the problem. So we are explaining. Explaining is part of the resolution step as well. Explaining to the customer what was the problem. So that's part of resolution. On this side, we got a note on the hold procedure. Always ask the customer permission before you place them on hold. Use the following phrase and explain that you're going to do what you're going to do and how long you're going to take. When returning, thank the customer. For example, may I place you on hold for no more than 2 minutes while I work on the system? When you return, thank you for holding. So that's an important part of the resolution part. Let's go to screen number 5. The CSR says, yes, exactly. Would you like an exchange or a refund? And how would you like to proceed? So here, the agent is offering resolution options. In the case of Amazon, when an item is lost, missing, or damaged, the most common options that the customer would have is to either exchange it to get the item again, the same item, exchange it, so the customer would have to return the damaged item, or if it's damaged, return it, or the refund item here. So here, a refund. So obviously here, if it's lost, we can't offer the exchange, so we have to go to the refund. That means that's going to be the only option that the customer is going to have. But nonetheless, the agent offered options here, just to be polite, I guess. Then the customer says, you know what? I would like to get the refund this time. So she doesn't want the same item to be sent again. So we could send the same one again, but she says, no, that's okay. I would like the refund. So she would prefer to get her money back. Then the agent says, perfect. I'll get to work on it right away. Just bear with me a moment while I process your refund. So he's going to put the customer on hold to process the refund on the system. So that's the end of the script. Here's a little note on offering options. Always offer the customer options. In the case of Miguel, he offers the customer the option of an exchange or a refund of the item, with the phrases, would you like an exchange or a refund? Or how would you like to proceed? Okay, so that's the end of the script for you guys. Okay, so resolution in short, right? Resolution in short, right? In short is basically, in short, it's the process of explaining, right? When you explaining and offering options to the customer to resolve an issue. In this case, the item that was lost, right? That the customer did not receive. So resolution, guys. So you guys have an idea what it is in the process. In this particular case, we're talking about retail logistics, right? This is not telecommunications, T-Mobile, or financial. Very basic. So resolution for this type of account, so you guys have an idea what it is. In short, it's the process of explaining, because the customer required an explanation, what happened. The agent explained that it was reported lost, and then offering options, or offering different options available to the customer to resolve the issue. In this case, the options were to exchange or send the same one again, the same item, or to receive the refund, to have the money returned to the customer. So those were the options that the agent put on the table to resolve the issue. So then the customer chose the refund. Perfect. So then he would obviously proceed to do the refund on the system steps and all that. Okay. But that's a part for product training. When you get to that stage, if you work for retail, they'll teach you the computer, the system application steps that you need to follow to do that return of the money, which is something that can be done in minutes. Okay, but the general idea of how you would resolve something for an account like Amazon or retail is this. Just it's simply to it's the process of explaining and offering options to the customer to resolve an issue, and that's what we would call the resolution step. We're going to also discuss the vocabulary. Let me take a screenshot here and I'll share it with you in the groups in just a moment. But in terms of the key vocabulary for this lesson and for the practice for this lesson, all right, we have a list of vocabulary here. at the end. You guys can check it out in the materials provided. In terms of the vocabulary, these are some of the vocabulary phrases that you would have to use. For example, may I please have your first and last name? Requesting information with modals. 57, I didn't catch the first name. My apologies. When you want the customer to repeat something to you. 58, can you key spell your name? When you need the customer to spell the name within a letter that represents it, or to help you with the spelling. 59, just let me get into your account. Just let me get into your account. That means get into your account. That means access the information in the account. A basketball jersey is a sweatshirt used by sports teams. 61, I'm sorry to hear you haven't received your order is an empathy phrase. I'm sorry to hear you haven't received your order. 62, I do understand is an empathy phrase. Explain to your customer that you understand the situation by using the verb understand, and we're using do for emphasis. So you say, I do understand, which means I really understand. Or I realize you're upset. If the customer is frustrated or angry about it, you could just say, Mr. Customer, I realize you're upset. I understand you're upset. I know you're upset. That's empathy. 64. May I place you on hold for no more than 2 minutes is to request a hold from the customer. Remember that we always request permission for the hold. 65. While I work on the system, we are providing the reason. So we're giving the customer, we're asking for permission, providing a time frame, and asking for, and also providing a reason. So while I work on the system, or I need to work on the system, here we're using while to connect it. While I work on the system. When 66, when we come back, we thank the customer by saying, thank you for holding. Always thank the customer. 67, part of the resolution options, would you like an exchange or a refund? So we're offering the options. And 68, how would you like to proceed? It's just another formal way of saying, what do you want to do? How would you like to proceed? So it's a polite way of telling the customer, what do you want to do? Okay. So that's the vocabulary that you need to learn for this lesson. And you're going to practice a role play situation as well. In this particular role play, we're going to have the customer, and she's going to be calling in about diapers. Yes, diapers. That's the order. That's the item or the product that she bought. So in the role play, you'll have the customer, you talk about her concern. For example, hi, I'm Janet Parker. I placed an order for Pampers sensitive diapers on your store, but it hasn't arrived. I want to cancel the order and get a refund. I've been waiting for 2 days already, and I just went to Walmart instead. Oh my goodness. So you can see that she's concerned about that. Here's the customer's information. Janet Parker, that's the name. Her email for verification is Janet_Parker 1985 at gmail.com. Her order number is 112-901-9047. And the item she is inquiring about are the Pampers sensitive baby diapers. So that's what she's calling about. In the process of the resolution, you can also offer an apology for the delay and empathize with the customer. So you could say something like, Mr. Customer, I apologize for the delay in the delivery. I understand that you need your diapers for your baby, right? So that's a way of empathizing. 2, verify why it wasn't delivered and explain the reason. So you can think about, you can role play the situation and say, well, as my system shows, the package or your item was lost or missing, so I'm afraid to inform you about that. Offer a compensation. So you can offer the customer a $20 gift card. So you can, besides the refund, So would you like the refund or the exchange? Would you like for me to send it again? So if the customer says a refund, perfect. And in addition, I want to also offer you a gift card, a $20 gift card, so you can buy anything on in the store, anything that you want. Okay. And finally, if yeah, offer the issue the full refund. So just say, okay, don't worry, Mr. Customer, I'm going to work on the system and process your refund exchange for you. Right? So you guys can just come up with some ideas, just play with it, right? Remember, this is a practice. We'll come back and we'll do a little role play demonstration on how you guys can do that. Okay. Okay. So just a recap for this first lesson here. In this first lesson, we talked about the call flow and we talked about the resolution step, right? On how to resolve for an Amazon package, in this case, a refund return process for a package. We're going to go ahead and practice the dialogue step by step, and you guys will role play the verification and provide the options for the customer. Okay, so I hope that you guys learned a lot from this lesson and watch it again and again until you get all the vocabulary.